I'll play for the World Tree, and then I'll play for the Westward Farers, who left Europe because of the conversion. They didn't just leave from Scandinavia and go to Finland. They also left from Ireland when Catholicism came. They left from Gaul when the Romans ruined it. They left from Germania when Charlemagne ruined it. The pagans fled west across the sea. They found homes. Some of them, in the medieval warm period, in the Viking period, are said to have passed through the Northwest Passage and come through the Beaufort and made it down this way. I wouldn't put it past them, knowing where else they got, you know, and they would be looking never to go back. They were pagans and their world had been overturned by Christianity. So this is the whole thing about, there's a Rafe Mayer article in the Tyee, which he's, the man died, you know, the article, he's posthumous. It's a reprint of his comments on putting Christ back in Christmas. Well, certainly the Christian teaching, certainly, you know, the golden rule and all that stuff, and being kind to people and giving of the heart more than goods and material charity. Material charity is important, but it's the spirit of the time that's important. And he's right. He was an older man. He's older than me. Now that he's gone, gone now. But he's remembering, you know, this time when there was some strange association between the consumer Santa Claus shopping Christmas, which had grown in the 20th century thanks to Hallmark cards and Coca-Cola. And just this whole thing of consumer frenzy that Christmas has become. It never was that before. It was a frenzy for craftsmen making special things, for people making fine things like porcelains and stuff. But most poor people didn't have that. The poor people had the day off work. Christmas used to have the day off work. And some employers like Scrooge and Jacob Marley and their kind of crowd of Londoners, they never gave them the day off work, and we have the day off work now. We have more than one holiday a year now. It used to be that it was only Christmas. But that was after the conversion. Christmas is far older, like what we call Christmas, all the traditions of Christmas, including the 12 days, and the tree. I'm about to play for the tree, the world tree, Christmas tree. Tree that is the world that unites, the tree that unites us all with life. That's the main meaning of the Norse myth. The Norse myths are far deeper than most people realize. I understand them. Maybe I can convey some of that in my music. It's the things I say here. But there's more to this world than has been taken or written down in history books. And there's more to people's histories than who they came back to Europe to tell. Hey, look, you know, we found this place called yada, yada, yada. They didn't want anybody to come over after them. They didn't want anybody to come over. So the condition of the New World shortly after first contact of the Atlantic seaboard was kind of like Europe right after the Black Death. And if Europe didn't have its physical terrain, it would have been like what happened in Ukraine, where the Mongols just sat there for 400 years, right? Because Europe was flattened, you know. But all the populous areas of New England and the Atlantic seaboard, the Carolinas, Nova Scotia, was all very populous. There's lots of people. There's talks of fair-haired people, red-haired people, and, you know, fair-skinned people. And this is like not legendary stuff. This is the original chronicles, right? So, anyways, they were all gone by the time the Mayflower settled, and by the time people started going to Ohio, it was like, hey, look at all this empty country. It looks just like farmland, and look at these orchards all over the place. Wow, you could grow some nice crops in those fields. Yeah, because they'd been already occupied for hundreds of years. Now, what happened in North America before Columbus came, and then right before the Mayflower came, and after, when the first contact hit the East Coast, what happened, nobody knows. There's all these ruins, there's all that huge mound culture that the Americans have been busy destroying all trace of, and hiding what was found in the mounds. Instead of leaving them sacrosanct and realizing they didn't even admit there had been a prior civilization where they were. But it was a recent culture. Cahokia was a very recent culture. Cahokia was one of the world's largest cities when it was abandoned about 100 years before or just died 100 years before Columbus. There's so much more like that around North America, but all that happened. What happened? So same with the Fremont culture, who lived on increasingly higher and higher and more. What were they hiding from? They all disappeared around the same time. Same with the Anasazi. Anasazi was climate change. Cahokia maybe too. But there was some great pestilence or plague or something that wiped out the North American population in that window between the time of Columbus through to just before the Mayflower and the settlement of, the Virginia colony and all that stuff. I talk too much. I'm too good at it. The Lord gave me too many gifts. I don't know how to do them all. I need some discipline. I need a video editor. Go, Mike, okay, I'm going to take what you did today and we'll cut it up into chunks and make it easier for people to see it. Because people will just want to hear the whistle. People will just want to hear me talk politics. So shut up, Mike, and play some music. I can't even shut myself up. You see how bad it can get? You see? So anyways, I still have to clean my room and look for some papers and got on Craigslist and had a look around, tag some things, get a hold of them, and kind of, they're going to have to pay that, am I? Okay, right? Anyways, shut up and play some music. You keep on talking.